Hey friends, it's Mr. S, and I'm here to read you another fun story. Now, this story, I don't have the title. Oh, here it is. It's called Iggy Peck, Architect. In my classroom, we're learning about architecture. So, I thought I would read a book about architecture, so we can kind of learn about it. So you guys are going to read this with me. Here we go. This is the front cover. Yes! This is the bingo! It's the spine. And we have the back cover. Who writes the book? That's right, the author. And the pictures? You know this one. Illustrator, nice. Who prints the book? The publisher. And what part of the book is this? The pages. And they help us tell a story. Alright. Now, oh, and I've heard of this one too. Is this a hardcover or a paperback book? It's a hardcover. Nice. Alright, let's get started with our story. Iggy Peck, Architect. Young Iggy Peck is an architect, and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour, with nothing but diapers and glue. So he built a tower with only diapers and glue. Look at that. Good gracious! Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past. And she realized those diapers weren't clean. Uh-oh. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. So, he used dirty diapers to make his tower. Uh-oh. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. So he's building this huge statue. And his neighbors don't look very happy. They're kind of angry, but hey, it looks cool. Iggy was 3. His parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from molding clay. So if we look close, he's building buildings with apples and peaches, and then over here, he's building them with clay and other blocks and things he can find. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis arch from pancakes and coconut pie. So in St. Louis, it's a city, they have an arch, and Iggy decided he's going to make that arch, and he made it with pancakes and coconut pie. I don't know if I could eat that many pancakes, though. I think my tummy would be upset. Oh my goodness! That's okay. We're going to continue our story. Here we go. I'll fix it later. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade when his teacher, Miss Lily Greer, on the very first day, she had this to say. We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I could care less. About buildings, ancient or new, she said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. So, she's over here throwing away books about buildings, and our friend over here is building something that he found in class. I think he's using chalk. That might seem severe, but she was sincere. For when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dazing height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architecture's tour of the 95th floor, young Lily got lost from the group. So she got lost in a tall building, and that kind of made her sad and scared. Remember how we talked about hiding? Hiding? Well, that can kind of happen. You get scared and you don't know what's going on, so I don't want you to be scared of the classroom, so remember, no hiding. Alright, continuing on. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with French circus trope. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As teacher, she thought, above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, she did not like being in that building alone. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear, building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal Howie? Well, that kind of made our friend kind of sad, right? Look at his face. He looks so upset about that. I would be too. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head. Wait, we skipped a page. Did we? Nope. Okay. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now 2nd grade was a bore. A bore is like, I'm so bored. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. Oh, let's look at the friends. They're all in line, and they're all gonna have a picnic. Now, I think the picnic might be in this box. We're gonna find out. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But then no sooner past the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lily Greer started to scream. We're trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye! Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. So the teacher fell over. Look! Ah! And our friend, look, he's coming. He doesn't look very happy, though. He looks all sad. Which is S-A-D. Spell sad. The class was amazed. They stood quite dazed. Wait. Is this the next page? Yes. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lily's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. So they started to work together, and they used the teacher's shoe. I wonder what they're gonna do with the shoe. And when she came to, Miss Lily Grew knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked up in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, trees, tree roots, and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. What? Amazing. So they built this bridge out of a bunch of random things they could find. It became clear to Miss Lally Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. So this bridge is kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, which is a big red bridge. Now every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear along with Miss Greer how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker, in t-shirts and sneakers, talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie with brilliant young men, Iggy Peck. So the teacher decided to let Iggy talk to his friends about buildings, and he shows them new buildings every week. Well, that's very nice. The end. Well, thank you, friends. I know we had a bit of a show here. That's okay. We continued on. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. And if you'd like to hear it again, click replay. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.